Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Pop. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So today is a video about the drip reservoir. I haven't covered that much on my channel. Was doing a couple videos on it way back in the day, and man, it's been like over a year since then. And actually, I'm sorry, 5 months ago. But there's been this initiative in the reservoir, and I've definitely been a supporter of the reservoir. And shout out to Lisandro for giving us the sit reps and stuff like that. Even DeFi Crypto Boss came from the Reservoir channel, Telegram. So want to just shed some light on that, especially to those that aren't familiar with it. If you're new to my channel, I doubt I have anybody completely new that doesn't know about drip, but just in case, let's just briefly cover it really quickly. So you got the drip wiki, and the main thing is that you're basically providing liquidity to the drip token, which is in need of liquidity now more than ever, right? And the main difference from the reservoir to anything else is that it's BNB in, BNB out. When you put your BNB in, there is still a 10% tax in, 10% tax out, but it gets basically created as a drop LP, and that just gets reflected on the UI as this token here. You don't actually hold that in your wallet. It's just representative on the dashboard. But a drop is basically the pairing of drip and BNB together as an LP. And you get 5% of that 10% tax is sent to the dividend pool, 3% to lock to the fountain DEX for liquidity, and 2% distributed to all reservoir participants. So the important part to note is that you're paid out based on the transaction fees. So your rewards are based on the transaction fees and 50% of the taxes that are on the deposit and withdrawals in the system. So again, BNB in, BNB out. And it does pay a decent amount the longer you're in regards to interest. Now, of course, you're subject to the volatility of not only BNB, but also to the drip price, because you are pairing your BNB with drip and then adding that liquidity to sustain the price floor of drip. But to make that make sense, let's take a look at the Reservoir Booster site that Lisandro maintains. It just shows you over time the reservoir price floor and what scenarios you can run. So right now we have 1,132 BNB in the reservoir. So you can go ahead and click this and say, what if we 2x that? So let's just say 2,200, and you hit save. Right now you see the price is 3 cents. If we double the reservoir BNB, we end up with a drip price of 5 cents, right? So it just shows you again the importance of the reservoir. Now their goal is to have 5,000, well 22,000, 5,000 BNB. Let's reset this. 5,000 BNB in, you see that here, target, the goal there, that gives us a 12-cent drip price. So we still have 3,800 BNB to go. So we got a little ways to get there. At today's prices, what are we looking at for that? That is 3,800. That's $828,000. So if we could somehow generate $1 million of liquidity to add into the reservoir, we could indeed see a stable price floor of roughly 10 cents, 12 cents. Now that's quite a hefty goal to get, but remember, if you're stacking BNB, then this is and you're still hopeful on the drip ecosystem as a whole, then participating in the reservoir would be a good place to add your BNB and just hold it here. And I'm going to show you, this is my positions. I instead of doing it over multiple wallets, I just picked one large position, and I got into this a long time ago, and I have not compounded that often or even added back to it. But as I mentioned to you guys, I will be selling on my second max wallet in a more strategic fashion, and I'm going to be adding BNB or adding that to the reservoir with that wallet. So I want to show you where I'm at. So over here on Dune, we have my wallet that I created this with, and shows put 1.5 BNB in. I don't even remember when that was. Oh, over the course of time, I guess. So this is 15 months ago. And last action date, so I haven't compounded anything since April. I've never taken anything out, but I've gained 0.17 BNB since then. So definitely not a lot, but I own 0.5 almost drops held. So it's a play to think about. I know a lot of you are jaded right now on the protocol, and rightfully so. But if you have some BNB and you're staking it somewhere, or you have some spare change and you're not willing to get into drip right now at these prices, maybe, that's a big maybe, getting BNB and putting it into the reservoir could be a way to support this. Now, to show you that this has indeed been impactful, we can come over to the Drip Reservoir chat, and you have the sit rep that Lissandro puts out. I think it's every day this thing comes out, but this just shows you the token balance and the kind of effort that has been put in to the reservoir support contract, or support efforts, I should say. And also there is right now the Stuff the Res campaign that's been going on. So you can deposit 0.1 BNB. Let me make sure I got that right, so I don't mess this up. Stuff the Res. Let's go here. So if you deposit 0.1 BNB minimum, remember there is a 10% tax. So they tell you to try to put in 0.13. Then each week you're entered into a weekly drawing for drip. So you're not losing anything by putting BNB into the reservoir. And if you have BNB that you're sitting on, you could literally deposit 0.1 each week and be entered. And I think you're still eligible even from the last week. So it's just a campaign run by the community to try to get some visibility on the reservoir and the effects that it has. So right now, the current target goal is 2,000 drops, and we have just over 1,100. So still 885 drops to go. And a drop is about 1.1219 BNB right now. So 1.219, which will cost you $244. That is not bad. Now, you don't have to buy an entire drop. You can just get fractions of drops by putting in BNB. But just to show you that we only need 1.219 BNB to create one drop, and they're looking at 800 or so drops to go. So that's definitely feasible within the community, and hopefully new community projects will take a look at this. I do think this is a viable way to go. We now have the Triple D locked and loaded, and any future projects that I am going to collaborate or be a part of definitely would have some incentive to put a portion of the dividends they earn, if they're being kept in BNB, to keep that into the reservoir. I forgot the name of the big project. They had like 600 BNB in the reservoir at some stage, and yeah, it does definitely help, especially as you get in and out and that gets locked into the liquidity price floor. So think of looking into this, especially again if you're sitting on BNB and you're bullish on BNB, and especially where BNB is at right now in the charts. We have hit some all-time lows for the year, and depending on who you listen to, we may still be going lower in the charts. But overall, for the history of BNB, we're not at a bad place. So BNB likes to find its kind of floor in the 200 range until you go back to when it first launched, and it was, you know, pennies. But once it got up there, it was at February 2021. So theoretically, not financial advice, of course, BNB has found some strong support at the $200 level, and we're sitting very close to that right now at 215. Now, if you listen to Garrett Soloway, the stock market's going to crash, and we still have another leg down. And if that's the case, then of course BNB will break through that. But this is not a bad time to be accumulating if you're again bullish on BNB into the future and what's going to do in the next bull run, and if you're bullish on CZ and his development, what he wants to do. And if you're going to do that, then you might as well stack that BNB and put it into the reservoir. All right, that's all I got. Hope that provides some value. Smash that HBO special. Help a brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.